Okay, let's see. Should be about 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, let's just check.
What do you need, Guardian?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guardian.
Alright, there we go. These should be the new thingies. Confirmed, new thingies. Awesome. Alright, first up the Thesan FR4 with hot swap and life support. I like life support. I like accelerated coils, I like hot swap, and I like flash. I like torch a little more, but I like hot swap, accelerated coils, and life support. These are 3 awesome perks. Ah, hey Mando. Let's see. Yeah, you got here like at the beginning too. I don't love roll 2. I don't love roll 3 either. Accelerated coils is great, but these other perks are no good. So it looks like the first roll is actually pretty sweet though. Life support, accelerated coils, hot swap, and flash. I'm into it. Roll 1. Next we've got the Kumakatok. Whoa! So Firefly right off the bat with Third Eye is actually pretty cool with Quick Draw and Sure Shot. Yeah, if you wanted to use this in, I guess, PvE, then you could do that. But obviously, like if you want to do PvP, then Third Eye, Rifled Barrel, and Sure Shot are awesome. This is a good kind of like combo gun between like these two perks and then also Firefly, so you could run the Kumakatok for both. And then wow, look at that. Outlaw, Quick Draw, Third Eye, and True Sight IS. Again, this is like a really stellar PvP gun. Outlaw is insane. Third Eye is awesome. Quick Draw is great. I wish this were an increased range perk. It's not. It reduces range, so that's terrible. But like, that's fine because Quick Draw is fine. So roll 2 is sweet. And then wow, like another good roll. Rifled Barrel with Firefly, Third Eye. This is almost the exact same roll we were just looking at. That's kind of funny. So actually all of the Kumakatok rolls are pretty sweet this time around. Um, we still don't have a Head Seeker counterbalance roll. That sucks. Maybe we'll never have a Head Seeker counterbalance roll again. Looks like this time he's selling the Arminius D, which has fallen from its pedestal. It is not as good as it once was. The Garrus D, which is actually an excellent hand cannon. The Judith D, which is a decent hand cannon. The Ufern HC4, which a lot of people like. I don't think it's as good as the Kumakatok, but you know, whatever. And then the Uzumi RR4, which is terrible. So, like, if you like hand cannons, boy, you've got your pick of the litter right now. Like, wow. Alright, so that was the first roll on the Thesan. Almost any of the rolls on the Kumakatok, although roll 2 stood out for PvP. And then the Lyudmila D, hold that. Let's swap over to our Warlock and see about those Suros guns. Hopefully you all enjoyed Bungie Day, which was on the 7th. I haven't seen you since the 7th, so... No, I have. I lied. I saw you on the 13th. What am I talking about? Yeah, Bungie Day happened, so if you're trying to get, like, hand cannon kills or whatever, like, the best way to do that, the easiest way to do that, is definitely to pick up one of these Armsday guns. I know I got a buddy who is not great with hand cannons. He had some trouble, but, Armsday guns are going to take you a long way. Also, if you just want to cheese through that bounty, you can totally go to free-for-all, like the classic free-for-all mode. Classic free-for-all, you can join with a friend, and you can just have your friend run into your gun over and over and over. Flish, I've got no idea why the quality is not updating. That is a shame. In my screen, it looks all good. Yeah, man, the DAS 47 is, I don't know, honestly I think it's overrated. I know a lot of people are looking for the MTASH roll, which is why I've got the package on here, which is that full auto, roll. It's like perfect balance, full auto, and, I don't remember the last one. but I just don't think it's that much better than a DIS 43 or a Tuanella SR4 or anything like that, honestly, like, because it's only a 0.97 time to kill versus a 1 second time to kill. So you're talking about a difference of like 300ths of a second. That's like so irrelevant, you know? But you know, I get you. What's up, Leo? All right, let's see about these Suros weapons. Once again, the JLB-47 is incredibly disappointing. This is like the 8th week in a row we haven't gotten any decent Suros JLB-47 rolls. The DIS-43 has a couple rolls that could be good. Let's see about the second roll, though. Counterbalance, reinforced barrel, perfect balance, and SPO-28. Wow, that's like a really solid DIS-43. Like, honestly, if I were gonna pick a best DIS-43, it'd be probably something like this. I would have a different last perk and full auto here, just because Suros guns are the only scouts that can run with full auto. But this is awesome. Like, I'm into it. I don't think the other ones are worth picking up just because unflinching and the gain bonus accuracy while crouch is pretty terrible, but like Alright, I'll see what I can do, Leo. Unflinching. Injection mold, high caliber rounds, and SPO-26. I think roll 2 is better. Yeah, roll 1 is like tempting, but it's no good. Let's see if we can get a full auto roll. Alright, the DIS-47 totally has a full auto in the third one. And we always want full auto for this. It's also got small bore and fitted stock. Man, that could be perfect balance. And that would be really good if that were perfect balance. And the SPO-28. If you're done waiting for a DIS-47, this is probably about as good as it's going to get. It's as good as it's been for a while. So you could totally pick up the third roll if you wanted to and not have too much of a problem. But fitted stock is worse than perfect balance. And small bore is okay. But with that reduced magazine size on this gun, you're going to feel it. So really this should be something else like hand late stock. It's like an almost great gun, but it's not amazing. The other DIS-47s, this one's got counterbalance, which is nice, but again, we've got fitted stock and rifled barrel, and you really want full auto, so I guess roll 3 for 47 if you want to turn it in, but you don't have to turn it in. Like, don't feel pressured. What's up, TJ? I'm gonna swap to my hunter, and then I'm gonna read what Mando said. He's selling hand cannons this time, like tons of hand cannons, and also the Arminius D if you still care about the Arminius D. The only hand cannon he's not selling this time around is the Kumakatok. Alright, let's check out those rolls everybody wants to see. The Cocytus, the PDX-45, and the Arminius D. Yeah, the dragon is so awesome. That's my favorite thing about the Suros guns. So I actually wear the ACD zero feedback fence on my Titan now, just because it matches the rest of my orange chroma. It looks really good. And then I run the sleeper simulant, of course, in the heavy weapon slot to match the ACD zero feedback fence. Not the best combo for Crucible. You want something like Truth or Armamentarium or Twilight Garrison if you're on a Titan, but you know, whatever. I have fun with it. Sometimes the ACD zero feedback fence actually nets me a kill, and that's the best. It's almost as good as getting a double kill with the sleeper simulant, which is the real best. Anyway, alright, so we're going to check out the PDX-45, the Cocytus, and the Arminius D, which I did not scroll over in the correct order at all. Iron Banner's back. If you really want to get good at Iron Banner, what you want to do is you want to get about 8 people to watch Netflix while you're playing, and that'll slow your internet down, and that's just going to make you basically the best player ever. I might be a little salty about some games I had earlier. I played like 4 or 5 games in a row where like everyone was teleporting. It was terrible. Whatever they did to matchmaking was terrible. Anyway, Arminius D. We've got at least one counterbalance roll, it looks like. Counterbalance with small bore, relentless tracker, and the thermal scope. So this one's okay. The Arminius D does definitely... small bore is enough. Small bore is not as good as hand laid stock, but small bore is enough for you to do damage with it. Relentless tracker is, I guess, okay. I don't love it, but there's nothing else in this slot that you're going to want more, you know? It's not like this is a good perk slot. And then the thermal scope is awesome. I like the thermal scope. Highlighting stuff is cool. So if you've been sitting on an Arminius D, like, this is the time to pick up the second roll, because, hey, look, he's selling it again. PDX45 has a full auto roll. Let's see. You guys like full auto. Perfect balance, hand laid stock. So I actually hate this roll. It's really close to being good, but it reduces the range on hand laid stock, and that's what the PDX45 lacks. It has such a high base stability. You're actually wasting stability by using perfect balance and hand laid stock. That could go to range, and you're actually making your range worse. And you can do speed reload instead, but your range is critical on this gun. Range is a lot more important than people give it credit for. Let's see, spray and play is okay. I like counterbalance the most on this gun, but I didn't see a counterbalance roll. Fitted stock, rifled barrel. If this were perfect balance, I might be able to recommend it, especially with SPO28. You can run it anyway, but again, fitted stock is just like directly worse than perfect balance. There's no reason to. Hi, Jason. 41 ranks to get that future war cult ship. So this is a terrible perk. Secret round, you don't want this perk. High caliber rounds and hand laid stock are great, but again, we're looking at reduced range. I would hold the PDX45 packages. Like, none of these are good. They're close, but they're not great. Wow, but look at the Cocytus. We need hand laid stock here. You've got to have stability on the Cocytus for it to be like worth it. You want your reticle to be able to reset before you're able to fire again each time, and I know you can mitigate that with the sticks if you're good with them, but like hand laid stock will make or break this gun in my mind. At least for PvP. For PvE, you can get away with like quick draw or something. I use quick draw on my PvE Cocytus, but not for PvP, man. You gotta have some sort of stability buff. This one's actually really cool. With Zen Moment and Small Bore, you're actually totally able to get away with the not as great stability buff, but you're also sacrificing reload and magazine size, so I don't think it's worth it. If you're like gung-ho to try out a Cocytus and Crucible, then this is probably the roll you want until he sells it again, but I don't know. I've seen better. Like, honestly, I'd rather have a hand laid stock roll with that scope than all the goodies we just saw. Torch, triple tap, rifled barrel. Man, no hand laid stock roll. This is, again, like almost there. Like, if you are desperate to use the Cocytus this week and you really, really need to, like, the second roll is going to be your best bet. But honestly, like, I would hold on to it. Which means the Arminius D is the only good roll for these three. It's the second roll, it's counterbalance, small bore, relentless tracker, and thermal, and you can just buy it back again is the only reason I'm like, oh, this is fine. It's because it's right here. Leo, check this out. Cocytus cannot roll with explosive ammo, which is a shame. I think the only high impact scout that can roll with explosive rounds is Badger. I think Badger CCL can roll with it. But don't quote me on that. TJ, the PDX45 is awesome, but you've got to have the right roll. If compared to these rolls, like, you're better off with the Vendor Hawksaw. I would rather have the Vendor Hawksaw than any of the rolls we just saw today. But yeah, no, if you can get a good roll in the PDX45, it's way, way better than the Hawksaw, especially the Vendor roll. Anyway, I guess that's it. Have a good Iron Banner. Both of the guns he's selling, the Waylorn's March and the Nerwin's Mercy, they're both great this week. I think the original Nerwin's is better, so if you were around for the first time he sold Nerwin's, then you're going to be better off with that Nerwin's. But if you missed out on the first Ner ones, then this new one is great. It's I mean, you want me to go look at them? Let's go check them out because they're actually really sweet. If you haven't seen them, before we close out the stream, because it's actually really cool. Here we go. So the Waylorn's March has the highest aim assist out of this scope plus Grenadier, Hidden Hand, and I think you want Rifled Barrel. Gives you the highest aim assist in any sniper rifle. I think it's any sniper rifle. It's an aim assist of 94, so if you're all about that, like this is an incredible gun. And then the Nerwin's Mercy is actually also really sweet. Feeding Frenzy, Braced Frame, Counterbalance, and the OAS scope, which is my favorite scope for a pulse. Very good Nerwins. I don't know if it beats out the first one, but like Flish, the best rolls were Arminius D's first roll. The Suros DIS-47 had a decent, I think it was the full auto roll. The DIS-43 had a good second roll with, I want to say, perfect balance. And the Thesan FR4 had a pretty decent first roll. I'll post them, in the description. But, alright, I think that's going to be it, because we have done Armsday now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.